takeover, as my shirt says. And listen, I want you to listen. Like, we're involved right now. It's crazy. It's loud. It's hectic. We're in New York City. But I want you to listen to the No Holds Barred Network.
Hey guys, welcome back to the No Holds Barred Network with another episode of Indy Talks. I'm your host as always, the EBP Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, the Queen of the Indies. And you know what? I feel like I should just kick Ray off this podcast already with those goddamn looks. Like, I should just like censor him and mute him and, you know, I don't know. Like, you know what? You don't even deserve an introduction. Anyway, we're back with our blonde, beautiful friend over here, the Brooklyn Wolf of Mak3Up, April. How are you?
Well, I appreciate you getting my name right this time.
Damn.
See, April, if I was on,
You're not on. You're censored. Right. You're fired. Like, I'm done with you because you're giving me dirty looks and like I don't appreciate it. You know, why you gotta be rude?
I'm not giving looks. I'm just waiting because there's like 1,000 names still.
You know, I don't appreciate this. This is like, you know, my network over here. And like, you know, I do what I want. So don't be giving me shit. Don't be giving, you know.
Hey, but this face also gets ratings. So what's up, everyone? This is the Law Ray Ramundo. And we are back with another edition of Indy Talks. I'm not getting censored because... Guys, this is off the record here.
I can totally censor you. I can just boot you off the call. Like, let's be real here.
Wow.
So this is why I do my own show alone. Well, let's try not to get canceled tonight. Yeah. Hello, everyone.
I can't.
We're just gonna cancel each other before we get canceled. That's just gonna be it.
I just feel like I can't make any promises with this episode. Like, I don't know.
What is this episode? Why are we here right now?
I don't know. We're just here because I felt bored and I just wanted to do an episode. That's really the truth. No.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So I figured, like, you know, the fans need us. It's been a while since Team Sasson got together.
Sasson.
Yo, I've heard of a lot of pronunciations.
Yo, I'm hyped, man. Like, I don't know. I think it was the hot chocolate, and then I did a Patreon video with Kyle before, and I'm just in the mood. So, like, we're just gonna go with that. But wait, before we go into anything, guys, please like, share. Let's get some people in here because this is probably going to be an interesting episode. I'm just gonna say that. So. But yeah, so just let us know if you're in the chat. Like I said, share the stream. Let's get some people in here. That's why, like, you see me like looking down. I'm sharing the stream as I'm doing this right now. So
yeah, I'm about to share it on my end as well because, again, this isn't gonna be our proper like usual formatted episodes. We just shooting the shit here. So yeah, if y'all got anything y'all have like. Just put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it
we'll
in the
talk
chat.
about it.
We'll read it once I finish sharing it because I'm doing my thing because, you know, content creating, got to share it and get some people in here and get the love or whatever like that. And let me know if there's any sound issues or anything like that for us so that I can adjust it if I need to. I mean, we should be fine because, like I said, I did something with Kyle earlier and we should be fine. So I'm
yeah, we sounded fine when I checked it before. Okay. We should be good.
All right, cool. So I guess really what kind of brought this episode on was me and April got into a very deep conversation the other day in the DMs, right? And we just started talking about, because, you know, like we were being like really real and raw. And, you know, I've been putting posts about being real, be transparent, be genuine, right? And not that we aren't when we do all our episodes, because this is really how we are. And even if you meet us in person, this, you know, we're not a character. This is how we are, you know, like I'm legit bubbly and, you know, I have my moments of, you know, being serious and all that. So what you see here is what you see in person. But, you know, we, especially on Indy Talks, a lot of times we'll review shows that we've gone to. We'll do interviews. We'll go to Synergy Wrestling. We'll show footage funny skits that we have with wrestlers. And I really like, I don't even edit it like so much. Like, I don't even cut things out because I like all that raw content, because that's the real stuff that goes on. Even if it would be a blooper, that's real stuff right there. And I feel like that's what is needed for the network, and that's what I want about the network when it comes to Indy Talks. So with all that being said, hi Matt, awesome, how are you? You're in the chat. What's going on?
Matt?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, I feel like we've never really touched base in all our Indy Talks episodes of the rawness, you know, what independent wrestling means to us, right? And everything about it. And I feel like, because as I was having this conversation with April the other day, I mean, I got to be honest with you, I broke down in tears, because I'm going to break down in tears this episode. So you're going to see a transparent Tiff on here, which I don't really freaking do, but I feel like it needs to be done, you know? And I mean, let me just start off by saying that it's like, I do these podcasts, and I mean it, as a fan. I'm not doing it to try to get into the business. I'm not doing it for the clout. I'm not doing it for the views. You know, I live with an illness. I live with a nerve illness, you know, for the last 10 years of my life. And I found, I guess, some sort of peace with the joy of everything that I get in independent wrestling. And it's an escape for me. So I just want to let everybody know that, like, I do this because I love it. It's fun. I love wrestling, and I really, truly love everything that I've acquired from independent wrestling. And it's crazy to me within the last, I want to say, a good year and a half now, of what I found and what independent wrestling has done to me. And it's been a ride, and I appreciate everything. And I appreciate April, and I appreciate Ray. You know, I really, truly love you guys. And, you know, even me and Ray interviewed JT Dunn the other day. And we were talking about the fact that when I do my Under the Ropes episodes, that it's very important to me that I get the wrestlers that come onto the podcasts. And Ray's in the business, and I don't ever, ever want to use Ray for his connects. It's very important to me that I don't use him for me. So, but I appreciate it. I love the fact that Ray came to me and he wanted to have JT Dunn on, because I knew with JT Dunn that it was a very emotional and important, you know, interview that he wanted to do. And of course I wanted to do that with him. So, but I just want you guys to all know that it's all coming from me. I go after wrestlers. I go after promoters that I truly, truly believe in and that I adore, that I've met, and the things that these guys have done for me. And, like, I will always praise Anthony Gangone. I will always praise him, because if it wasn't for him, I would have never found Ray. I would have never found, like, Synergy Wrestling. I would have never found IWI. I would have never found a whole bunch of companies or wrestlers that I didn't even know about. So these play important factors to me. You know, like, you can see, like, my nose is getting, like, a little bit red because I'm legit crying right now. Like, it's legit how I feel. It is a genuine feeling. I am a genuine person when it comes to this. And it's very important to me that I be very raw to you guys and let you guys see this about me, because you guys have no idea what it means to me. So, I mean, I don't know where you guys want to go with this. I mean, I can keep going, you know, but, like, I need to start by saying that is very important to me. So whatever you guys want to say, like, go for it.
It's really funny because I was thinking it's been about a little over a year since we've all met, and the fact that I found Tiffany on another podcast and one of the episodes she was talking about was obviously her list of husbands. And all she did was mention all these wrestlers that I didn't even know. I didn't know who these people were. And come to find out they were independent wrestlers. And at this point, I didn't know anything about independent wrestling. My mindset was strictly on the bigger promotions, and I didn't grow up with friends who watched wrestling like that or knew anything about independent wrestling. So Tiffany and Ray, y'all brought me into a world that I didn't think I would ever see myself in. And I really do appreciate you guys for that. And it's crazy how much can happen in a year.
Yeah.
You know, like around this time, I knew nothing about independent wrestling. Now I've gone to so many shows with you guys, checked out so many promotions, got a hell of a lot of new favorite wrestlers who haven't even made it to the big leagues, but can really see how amazing they are when it comes to promos and in rings, and also so many good people. And I learned so much about wrestling through independent wrestling, and I have become such a new fan that I want to see more. And you know, because we go to Synergy a lot, that's become a favorite promotion of mine, and doing the Chop Ray movement and meeting these wrestlers through that, and to see that these people are just so awesome and how much they love wrestling, and started following a lot of wrestlers on Twitter, and a lot of them, they did what they had to do and hustling and stuff like that, but a lot of them wanted to start leaving the business. And my whole thing was, why? Why would you want to leave something that you spent all these years training, something that you've always wanted? And it's come to the realization that wrestling, at the end of the day, it's a job for these people. You know, like, it's sports entertainment for us, but for these people, it's a job. So when it comes to, you know, this whole pandemic and all the bullshit behind the politics, it's really sad to see all that, because us as fans, we want to see wrestling. We want to smile. We want to yell. We want to boo. We freaking yell muff cabbage and just do crazy things. But we forget that these people are working.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's still like another job. So in a way, you know, it's really relatable when you see a wrestler on Twitter or whatever just talking about how, you know, bullshit from a certain promotion and things like that. It's just like, wow. It's really shocking to me. And like I said, I didn't know anything about this life. There are so many wrestlers who I don't know. Some I still don't know. And you guys know, if I see a new wrestler, I hit y'all up like, who is this person? Who have they matched? Have they fought any of my husbands? Because I need to see what's up. And I love that. And I can't wait to see more. But, you know, also this community too. And I'm not just talking about the wrestlers, I'm talking about the fans.
Yeah.
And these people can be type special, and it's easy to get sucked into the negativity. So especially this year, we really try to keep a positive mindset on everything that's going on and try to support our favorite wrestlers, whether it's to buying the pay-per-views or buying their merch or liking, sharing, supporting. Even the littlest things can help these guys out. And my heart, like, I feel like the Grinch, like my heart like grew so much for this promotion. And I don't know, like, I gotta thank you guys, because I didn't think I'd be so invested to even start. You guys pushed me to leave my old podcast because I felt like it was a job and I wasn't happy with it, to start my own channel to do wrestling and mix it with my other fave, which is makeup. So, and I did an episode where I spoke about how much independent wrestling has grown on me. And that was just back in May. So from May to now, it's seen a lot, watched a lot of pay-per-views, got a lot of favorite new wrestlers, and it's really important, and a lot of people need to see that. Yeah. But also at the same time, a lot of these promotions who screw over a lot of these wrestlers need to realize, okay, there's certain ways of doing things, because at the end of the day, it is a job and people want to get paid. But what do I know? I just do makeup, so. But that's just what I see from the outside.
Yeah. No, but again, like a year, I think we brought this up even the other day when we were doing our interviews, how quick this year's gone. To think, like, last year seems like a lifetime ago, and getting to meet you guys last year, again, we brought up the good, the bad of wrestling. A lot of times you make a lot more acquaintances than you do friends in wrestling. And it's not by just because people might not be good people. It's just you learn early on that you have to keep certain people close, and then the others you just be cordial with. You be nice, you be cool. That's it. And when I met you guys, I didn't have to feel like that. That it was like, oh no, I could be cool, but I'll keep my distance. Like, it definitely felt very real, very genuine. At, again, different times that I met you both. Like, meeting Tiff thanks to that podcast with Ant. And again, Ant, one of my best friends in wrestling. Again, person I can't call a friend, not just an acquaintance. And again, he approved. I always tell Tiff the joke about it that when we ask vice versa, so what do you think of Tiff? She cool. She cool people. Like, but again, it just it was real though. It wasn't like, because again, the sad part of wrestling, sometimes you meet people and it's like, okay, yeah. Then they walk away. Yo, that like it sucks how this is. And again, that's the real thing about it. Then December, when I meet you, April, again, you guys having fun. I probably, again, thanks to working at House of Glory, I probably seen you guys countless of times. But again, those real moments, you get to talk and conversate and see, hey, it's real fandom. It's real people that just want to enjoy a product and not just talk shit or do this or do that. It's having fun and actually being able to converse like cordially. And a year later, again, you guys are close friends of mine now, and I wouldn't change a thing. Again, luckily, with everything that happens in wrestling, I'm glad at least that happened.
I'm sitting here like crying because I said this was going to be in a very emotional episode. You guys are going to see a raw side to me because, you know, this is very important to me, and that's why like I wanted to do this episode. But even like Conrad said, he goes, I love the content you three produce. It's a piece of you and wrestling mixed together, you know. And it's just, you know, it's the littlest things, because I really do sit here and I second guess myself with a lot of things. And, you know, I think it's really me that does it, that it's not anybody that does anything. It's just a piece of me that it's like, why does anybody want to listen to me or whatever? Like, why am I special or something? Like, I don't think that. Like, I've gone to wrestling shows and people legit run up to me and it creeps me out because I'm like, I'm nobody, you know, like I'm just a girl who enjoys wrestling and wants to talk wrestling. And it's like crazy to me. It's like, oh God, I'm on YouTube or whatever, Facebook or whatever. And like these emotions that I have with it, it's crazy to me. Cause like even my regular friends, they'll be like, oh, you're famous. And I'm like, I ain't shit. Like I'm nothing. I am absolutely nothing. You know, and it's crazy because it's like everybody says all these things. So it's like even when people do little things for me, or shout out to our boy Chris who did like some fan art of me like yesterday, it's like it means the world. Like I had somebody message me the other day like, keep killing what you're doing, you're absolutely amazing on the podcast. Like these things, they mean everything to me, and that's like why I do this stuff. You know, again, I truly love everything that we get to do, and I try to support as much people as I can. And I was telling our friend Rob from Bob Culture Podcast the other day, I was like, I feel like kind of like a fraud that I'm saying I'm the queen of the indies and I don't know everything. And I can't act, and I gotta be honest with you, like I don't know everything. And it's like I want to keep learning. Like 2020 was supposed to be the year that the three of us were going to go expand outside of what we normally support. You know, don't get me wrong, I sit here and we'll go to, you know, Synergy, that, or, you know, or ICW or GCW or BWF or whatever. There's so many promotions that we try to support, and I can't even sit here and tell you, me arguing with myself of which promotion I'm going to go on Saturday, because three of the same promotion runs, and I feel heartbroken because I feel like I break somebody's heart that I'm not going to be at the show. But I want to expand of being the queen of the indies and going to different promotions that I've never been to, and I want to learn the names of new people. It's kind of impossible, I feel like, to know everybody and watch everybody, you know. So and, you know, even with the wrestlers out there, like, I really freaking appreciate the hell out of you. Like, you have no idea, like, you know, you guys listening as fans, like, what I do. Like, I legit, like, when COVID happened, I was checking up on wrestlers because I missed them because I'm so used to seeing them weekly. And I was hitting them up. Hey, I haven't talked to you. How you doing? You know, like, this legit was coming out of me. Like, me and Casey, like, she's our girl. Like, that's our girl. Like, I love her to fucking death, right? Like, I went to Atlantic City with her. You guys seen, I was, like, freaking tweeting about her. Like, I legit, like, care about her, like, so much. Like, she became one of my dearest friends. Anthony St. James, like, the three of us, like, we've hung out with him outside of wrestling. Like, I'll hit up a heel and I'll tell them, like, you are so amazing in this match. And I feel like no matter what it is, and maybe I'm nothing, I'm just a girl who podcasts, who wants to talk wrestling. And I said this recently to somebody, I'm not going to say who, but I was like, I don't know if this means anything to you because I feel like I'm nothing, but you are absolutely amazing in the ring. Or I was like in love with one of your vignettes that you did. And the response back to me was, it means everything to me. And that meant everything to me. So these things are very, like, important. So
you're confusing, you know, you say you're the queen of the indies and, you know, because you don't know all these promotions, all these wrestlers, that doesn't just make you a queen. The way you treat people makes you a queen. You know, like you just said, you reached out to wrestlers during COVID to make sure they're okay. You're willing to support other promotions. You're willing to put people over. Those are queen level status. So you can't know everything. Not all of us have minds that we could just soak in everything and, you know, see everything. I'm pretty sure Ray can mention a friggin' Raw or SmackDown from 1997 or something. I'm just gonna be like, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. Like, I was playing toys at 7, like, you know. But you saying you're the queen, that's why you are the queen of the indies. Yes, you know promotions on this side of the world and some in the Midwest, and you haven't experienced everything. Hell, there's wrestling all over the freaking world. How are you supposed to watch stuff from here and impossible. Then watch UK stuff or watch, you know, New Japan stuff? There's so much. I even complain because I feel like I've been playing catch up for the past 3 years and I'm trying to watch everything and anything.
Yeah.
But I know I'm not going to, but I know my favorite promotions that I want to reach out to. Right. I know some of the wrestlers that I find them appealing in the ring and there's something about them, we're going to talk about it. And that's just you. So you have a big heart and you're also real. You know who you like. You know if there's a wrestler you have potential for. Look how many wrestlers you interviewed and you said this one's going to get signed somewhere. This one's going to get signed somewhere. You see the potential in people. You see the good in people, not just of themselves, but also as characters and see their love for this business. So you need to stop saying you're nothing before Ray and I go over there and beat the crap out of you. I have a kendo stick, so I will bring it. You'll be my first victim. Like, so you are, anyone can say they're a queen, but you bring on queen shit. Like everything you do when it comes to the indies is queen shit. No. So stop saying you're nothing.
It's hard. It's just, I'm just humble, you know? I'm too humble.
Yeah, but there's humility, but there's also just doubting yourself and drowning what you do. Like humility, we can all be humble. There's people, I'll say this, and this is the biggest thing about Tiff that differs to a lot of people. A lot of people have to say it. A lot of people have to say they're humble. They're humble. They're humble. They're humble. Your actions show. This is always the biggest mistake with wrestling, especially, that people have to put, oh, I'm the nicest person out there. I'm the most humble. It's like,
okay.
Have you proved it? Like, have you shown it? Like, this is how people can be. That's like, again, Tiff, you're one of the most humble people we know, and you confuse your humility just doubting yourself. And it's, again, you've done a lot for wrestling. Again, it's human. You're not going to be able to know everything. Yeah. You're not, like, again, like April said, I might know this and that, but again, it's different mentalities. I've studied a lot of wrestling because that's just what I like to do. I like studying it. But we talked with Deshaun Pratt about this.
Yeah.
I can't watch a match normally anymore. I wish I could do what you guys do and just be there and like just enjoying with some popcorn. Like I can't. I break my process is like this. Like, okay, they did this, they did this, they did this. Shit, I would have done that though. And it's like, Again, it's knowledge, but it's also like different mentalities, like we say. But that's the fun of all this. It's having fun and enjoying what we like and what we like to do because of this crazy sport.
Right.
Again, this should be fun. End of the day, people get so worked up and so angry and this and that. We're talking about a sport where competitors are wrestling in underwear for a belt.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Like, I love wrestling. I'll die for wrestling. I still want to be a wrestler. But I can't fucking go into this not finding how idiotic people can become over this.
Yeah.
And how it hurts real people because of this. People that have done this in the ring, they're putting their bodies on the line for entertainment of others, and it's not appreciated. The people that talk about it, that truly love this sport, how they're felt because of all this. And again, they're treated like shit. Yeah. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. And I encourage anyone watching this, truly just enjoy this, love it, and just let everyone enjoy what they like as well. There's a bunch of wrestling out there. It's always like Logan Black says, there's a bunch of flavors of ice cream.
Yeah.
And that's how wrestling is. You can enjoy your lucha. You can enjoy your death match. You can enjoy your technical. You can enjoy your Greco-Roman. There's a bunch of styles of wrestling. Find the one that suits you, and if none of them suit, don't watch it. Yeah. Just let others enjoy what they like.
I hate that. Like, it's such an awful thing. I feel like, and I could never do it, and it drives me up the wall. And I get it. That's just the world we live in and stuff like that. And it's an awful thing because I've learned to set my brain to be open to anything with wrestling, right? And of course, there's things I don't like. I choose not to watch WWE anymore, and I loved WWE at one point, and I just
but that's fair though.
No, I know that, but I'm going with a point with it. But it's like, okay, fine, like that was my choice, that I made a decision that I wasn't enjoying this anymore, so instead of complaining about it, I stopped watching it, and then I started watching other things that I wind up enjoying or whatever like that. So with all that being said, the other day I posted a picture of me in April. And I was wearing the Orange Cassidy mask. I'm a huge fan of Orange Cassidy since the indie scenes. Okay? And I think what pisses me off is that, again, like a lot of people, okay, you see the character on AEW, but there's more to Orange Cassidy before he was even Orange Cassidy. And he was Fire Ant. Okay? So even if you didn't know that, like, these are things like I know that maybe somebody else might not know. Right? So anyway, my point is, I post this picture of me in April, and this guy trashed the shit out of me under the comments saying, you shouldn't be wearing that shit because he's a shit wrestler. Like, first of all, I don't even know who the hell you are. You don't even follow me or whatever like that. And you don't see me coming at you for your favorite wrestlers. Like, if you choose to go like, I don't know, Dolph Ziggler, okay? Like, oh, okay, good for you. Enjoy. Like, that doesn't affect my life. That you like someone that maybe I might not even like. That's okay. Go like Dolph Ziggler. Go for it. I commend you for loving this character or whatever like that. But if I choose to love Orange Cassidy, let me live Orange Cassidy. How am I bothering you? Am I personally attacking you? These are the things that drive me crazy because I became such an open mind of who I like, who I love. Okay, I don't like this. Okay, but I'm going to sit here and bash it. And don't judge me because I like somebody and you might not. That's what drives me absolutely crazy. So
it's frustrating. That's something similar happened to me when we went to ICW and I posted a clip of one of the matches and some dude went into my comments and basically went off about how deathmatch wrestling isn't wrestling, as these guys would just want to kill each other. I don't get it. And was just going on a whole tangent about how this isn't wrestling. And all I said easily was, okay, that's your choice. I enjoy it, not all the time, but this is the show I went to and I have fun. And he went on another tangent about the same thing. The only thing that shut him up was I said, well, they have a fan base. So obviously they're doing something right.
Exactly.
And he said, you know what? You're right. And he shut up about it. And exactly what you just said. You can like whatever you want. You know, like I said, I try to watch a little bit of everything. As much as WWE pisses me off, I still have favorites there that I want to see succeed and have fun. You know, we love our AEW. We'll watch that. You know, and I just started watching older stuff and trying to find, you know, my niche of what kind of wrestling. Because, like I said, because you guys bringing me into this opened my mind up even more.
Right.
Like, I didn't know that there was such a thing as comedy wrestling, or like I knew about death matches, but I never knew the extents that it goes.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it and I have fun. And this community really needs to calm the hell down. I mean, I understand that wrestling is important to a lot of people. You know, wrestling has saved people's lives and taken them out of, you know, their depressions and stuff. Hell, I got back into wrestling right after I had a long relationship and I felt like something was missing, and I didn't know wrestling was going to fulfill that, but it did.
Right.
And it helped me, you know, try to find this. You know, if it wasn't for wrestling, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
But people just love to complain, and I will never understand it. I mean, I would love to go on social media one day and not see a bad comment about a promotion that's going on. No, you won't see it. And then there's also too many people who they think they know everything, and then you have the people who want to quiz you on your knowledge, and it's like, dude, it's not that serious. I don't know how many championships my favorite. Okay, I have a favorite wrestler. I'm not gonna know everything about them.
Right.
I may know some things, but I don't appreciate people trying to quiz me on my knowledge, saying, "Oh, well, if you don't know this, that, and third, then you're not a fan." Well, then you go and fuck off. And you need to go get laid and #wash your ass, because it's really not that serious.
Yeah. No, and that's the craziest thing about it with people. That's like, they'll go into that. That's like, oh, this and this and this. I ask them, okay, go take a bump. Go fall on your neck and see how that feels.
Yeah.
Go do this. Go do that. Like, it's the craziest thing, because the know-it-alls in wrestling, usually 9 times out of 10, don't know much. They know what Wikipedia says. You actually quiz them, though, or ask stuff that, again, unless you're a real fan of independent wrestling or even professional wrestling in a sense in general.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know, because again, you have to actually spend the time and watch this stuff.
Right.
Actually watch the wrestling to its core. Enjoy it.
Right.
Like, it's stuff that, again, sometimes, and we're human, we forget things.
Yeah.
It happens. Like last night, I was talking to one of my best friends about wrestling rivalries. And it was like 20 promotions. So I'm like, okay, I remember this. And I had to Google and YouTube and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, this works. And again, I've watched thousands and thousands of hours of wrestling all around the world. But again, I forget. Doesn't mean, oh, I don't know wrestling. No. And it happens. Like the other day, we made the joke, and I'll bring it up on the podcast now because we already told Tiff about Huracan when we were interviewing Deshaun Pratt.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of people probably watching this right now don't know who the hell that is. They probably thinking I'm making up a wrestler's name. And that's Jonathan Gresham, one of the best technical wrestlers right now in professional wrestling. So imagine, this was years ago under a crazy mask doing the craziest things. But again, evolution, guys. This is how wrestling is. Yeah. You have to enjoy them and be able to see that they aren't always like looking like diamonds. Some of these guys start with some crazy shit. But again, you enjoy, you watch, you evolve, and give it time. Don't just scrutinize and try to be like, oh, this is shitty. This is never going to work. Okay.
Right.
Like, enjoy wrestling for what it is. Again, it's entertainment. Yeah. It's sports entertainment. It's the biggest thing I always say. Wrestling is theater.
Yeah.
Wrestling is theater. It's telling a story through an art form that you have to let get to the payoff or to the ending. You can't just judge it halfway through.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
It's funny, like, going back to our Under the Ropes series. I mean, Jesus, what are we, like 58 episodes into Under the Ropes of all the wrestlers that we've interviewed and stuff. So, again, like I said, these interviews that I do with these wrestlers, with Ray, or we've had Queen, come on as well, Queen of Any, and Kyle started it with me. And, it's been a great journey. It's been an interesting journey. We've had a couple of wrestlers stay in character during it. So that's been very entertaining as hell. But again, like I like learning about these guys, and pretty much I want to say like 90% of them, maybe more than 90%, like I know, like, you know, that physically like know me in person, or like I've tweeted at them, like I mean shit, Alex Zane I had on a, you know, the 4th of July show last year that he had blew him up, and I was a huge fan, and I never met him in person, and it all started from a tweet that was joking around that one of my friends didn't know who he was, and then we said we had to change it, so I got him on the podcast. And I love Alex Zane, and every once in a while, like, I talk to Alex Zane, and, you know, like, you know, he came up to me, and, you know, he knows who I am. He'll come up to me and hug me and stuff like that, and, you know, he'll comment on shit on my Twitter and things, and, like, I can send him a message or something, you know, like, it's just the humbling experience of it. And sometimes the other guys that I get on are because I know, like, my friends want to learn about them too, you know, so maybe I might not even know about them. I don't know their backstory, you know, so I like doing that, and I like to have fun with them too, because why not? We want to be different around here. So we're going to ask them silly questions about crazy things that happen to them, or like how fans get their attention and stuff, and laugh and talk about pizza being thrown at them, and you know, butts going out the window of mooning people and stuff like that. Like, this thing, it's fun for me. And me and Ray can definitely say there's a lot of times that me and Ray got off these interviews with these wrestlers, and me and Ray are like, wow, that was amazing. Like, even if we got 10 people that listened, but me and Ray walk off the interview so satisfied. Like, wow, me and Ray just learned something. So that's like fulfilling enough for me. So, man, chat's going crazy.
I love how there's conversations while we're having this conversation. It's awesome.
It's usually like that, but I love your interviews. I've been telling you, Tiff, since I've met you. Like, I love, like, when I first started watching you, you were doing AEP, and then once I started seeing Under the Ropes, like, I don't know who any of these people are. I didn't know any of them. And then just to even listen to these interviews, like, I love to hear these stories, because we see wrestling, we see the character, but we don't know who this person is.
Right.
And I love them, and I love that you ask silly questions, because this is a business where a lot of weird things happen. People can get weird. And it's funny to hear all that, and also to hear their journeys about, you know, wrestlers quitting their full-time jobs just to dedicate to wrestling, and, you know, having to work maybe 5 or 6 jobs before they find their next, you know, show to go to, and just everything that they go through for. And I also love to listen because, you know, a lot of wrestlers name drop. You know, when you guys had Eric Corvus, I forgot what I said. I said something about Moxley. He said he had a match with him. And I was like, oh my God, I need to see this match. And I love that. And what you guys do with these interviews, they're so unique. And I just love to see that, you know, these guys interview so-and-so. We don't know where they're going to be next year or a couple months from now. And they're fun and they're different. So you guys just don't stop doing them. Hell, we'll go to shows and I'll tell you, like, oh my God, you need to get this guy on the podcast. I don't even know who he is, but I enjoyed his match and we need to have him on. And you know it's true. And there'll be days where she'll be like, oh, I already had this person. I'm like, well, bring him on again. You know?
No, my funniest thing with that is the one time we started, like, really getting into our like machine work. There was like, okay, we have this set up, we have that set up, we have this set up. And Tip's like, man, we're gonna run out of wrestlers. I'm like,
I said
how?
That. I did say that.
I'm like,
how?
how?
I really thought that we were gonna run out of wrestlers. Now we're having the problem of trying to fit people in. It's getting that bad. You know, like that. It's like, and I don't want to blow up the network with like a million podcasts. Like, I really don't want to do that because I feel like it's annoying to do something like that. And I really want to get as much as I can, you know.
Meanwhile, we're on one right now.
Yeah, I know. But sorry, guys. But anyway.
It's funny because it's like, just in the tri-state alone, the amount of talent, like, and again, it's been great conversations. I don't think we've had one interview that I've walked off being like, that was a shitty interview. Like, every single one has been entertaining, has been just, again, for me being a student of the game still, I take it in such a different way that it's like, okay, now I have a different mentality about wrestling.
Yeah.
Or I have a different mentality about this. Or I have like my thought process every time is like changing. And it's great.
Yeah.
It's great how these interviews are, and I love how um, the wrestlers react to it. Because at the end of the
Yeah.
day, my thing with these interviews has always been as long as the people we have on are having a great time and actually
It's important to
enjoying
us.
themselves, then my job is done.
Yeah, it's very, very important to us.
Yeah.
And, I have to say this as well that, again, we get 58 episodes in of Under the Ropes, okay? And we've had very different types of wrestlers, referees. Like I always say, it's very important, even the backstage stuff. Like, we're gonna get Wrestlings with Unicorn on in the next couple of weeks because like he's important too between videos and we've had camera people on and like I said, everybody's vital to wrestling, and that is very important to me as a podcaster because they are part of everything. Ray's lighting, I had put in our last Indy Talks. I took some video of him setting up the lights. He's very important. He's very important to wrestling. And you guys, like, not everybody sees what me, Ray, and April see when we go to these shows early. We see a lot of things. Well, Ray sees more because Ray's trained and everything like that. But me and April being fans and being able to go backstage before the fact at a lot of promotions and seeing things that we didn't even know existed, I feel is very important to the podcast. And when we do these interviews, like what that me and Ray do with the Under the Ropes, like I said, I feel I need this mixture of, maybe every once in a while you'll see like a known name come on Under the Ropes, and then you're going to see names that you might not even know because maybe they're still training or they're only working one promotion right now, but it's very vital. And I get mad when other podcasts, like whatever, I've heard I'm vanilla. I've had people come to me and be like, because you're a fan of this person, give me questions to ask them. No, because the questions that I would ask are going to be because I followed this particular wrestler. And not everything is on an app. Not everything is on YouTube. Not everything's on Fight TV. Not everything's on IWTV, Power Slap. Whatever the scenario is, not everything's on there. Sometimes things get taped and maybe will be in their own vault that is not available to or if it gets available, it will be available a lot later. So the questions that go through my mind with a lot of these wrestlers, I can't give you. And if you're doing this for the freaking clout and the freaking views, then shame on you. That's my thought process. But that's because I'm not trying to get into the business. I'm doing it as a fan. I'm doing for the love of wrestling. And I want to learn about my favorite wrestlers. And I'm trying to bring it to you guys so you guys see. I think my biggest thing is I like to be an advocate for independent wrestling. That's it. If I can just alone getting April on the train is huge to me. It's very, very huge because she didn't know nothing like before what she knows like now.
I barely know. I know probably maybe like less than a quarter of what you guys know. Yeah. And now this is year one. So I'm excited whenever you guys see, there's a new promotion because so-and-so is going to be wrestling there. Let's check it out. And then that's where we'll see other wrestlers. And like I said, this is wrestling. You guys, Ray, I tell you all the time, every time we meet wrestlers, say, you guys are fucking crazy for the things that you do. And the talent is it's remarkable. Not everyone can do what you guys do. And at the same time, it's not just being physical. You're also playing a character. And then also, not only you're risking your life, you're risking the other person's life. And it's really freaking crazy. And we love that. And I've always respected wrestlers, but after this year, my respect is like beyond the roof because anything can happen. You could get injured like that. And it's so scary.
Yeah.
If we go to shows and maybe we'll see like the fall. Oh my God, someone hit there. Oh my God. You know me, every time I hear someone doing a body slam and I hear the ring, I'm like, oh my God, that shit's going to break. What the hell?
She started
Why
going.
are you doing this?
She
like,
started
I freak out all the time.
She started speaking Spanish, which I haven't heard from her in like a year when TJ hit Casey. Like,
oh my God.
when TJ Crawford hit Casey, like, she just went into Spanish mode, and I just died because I haven't heard her go into Spanish mode. Like, oh, in the head, like, because she got hit in the head with a kendo stick, and I was just dying.
I felt that. And even just after that match, I even told Casey, girl, I love you, but you're fucking crazy. Like, what the hell? Like, I asked you, Ray, like, I'm like, have you been hit by a kendo stick? I want to hit someone with a light tube. How does that feel? Like, all these little things I'm so curious about. Like, when you guys falling through tables or doing these crazy dives and shit. Like, how do you time these? How do you do all this? And it's so fascinating to me.
And even right now, like, there's a whole bunch of wrestlers in the chat. It's crazy to me. Like, I appreciate you guys. Like, I can't stress enough that you guys are, like, in the chat and shit like that. Like, even when we do episodes for Synergy, like, we're doing our panels for Synergy, and then, like, even the other day we had Eric Corvus on, and then Brandon Kirk came in, and then he was giving me shit that I didn't invite him into the panel. You know? Like, that he was giving shit to Matt Vertigo the month before. Like, you know, you guys interacting during my podcasts mean everything to me. And again, as a fan, you hype me the fuck up. You hype me the fuck up for the shows. You don't understand what you guys do for me. So thank you. Like, I can't, like, stress it enough. You make me want to, like, support you even more, and I wish I can clone myself like 10 times so when there's like 10 fucking shows on the same fucking day that I can come and be loud. And I've been told by numerous promoters or ring announcers or whatever, it wasn't the same without you, Tiff. It wasn't the same that you weren't fucking there. And it breaks my heart that I can't be everywhere for you guys because I've made so many friendships and supported so many of you guys. Like, this is real raw me. Like, this isn't fake bullshit. This is goddamn truth right now. So, I mean, these two will vouch to the moon for me about it. I will, Ray, like, I fucking fought myself how many times that I was like, I think I made the wrong choice of what promotion to support today.
We'll be like halfway to a show, and it's like, there was this show happening, or this show, or we'll be like the night before, like looking at the calendar, like it's. And again, this is the, like, it's the bittersweet thing about independent wrestling.
Yeah.
Like Conrad said it best in the chat, support your local indies. Like, have that problem. Like, I always say, especially like pre-COVID and hopefully after all this goes away, that there's always going to be independent wrestling shows out there. You should never have the excuse of like, oh man, I can't see some wrestling. It's like, why not? There's a show happening and it's probably a town right by you. And again, it's a good problem to have. That's like, there's a multitude of shows. And again, all putting on some killer action. Support. You never know who you're going to watch. That's the best thing about it. It's like, you never know. And to me, again, I love independent wrestling. I respect it so much because not only have I met some amazing people through it, I've gotten to train with some amazing people, conversate with some amazing people, and just learn. And that respect for independent wrestling for me is never going to go because I feel like this is what wrestling was meant to be. Just a different style, a different breed of wrestlers that, again, when it gets to mainstream, it's amazing to see. Yeah. Because once you're in mainstream wrestling, that's a whole nother beast.
It's a payoff.
And I respect that just in a whole different style. Because again, wrestling to me, it's life.
I'm like crying again because you guys are amazing in the chat. Like, you know, I think with me, the hardest thing is to take compliments. And I mean, I sit here and I go off freaking Facebook and shit like that. And I talk about the people that freaking hit on me and I fucking hate it. Right? I hate it, you know, but like just reading the chat and like the love that you guys are giving me is like absolutely insane to me, you know, like I said, because I don't know, I think I said that right to you, April, the other day, that I think I'm not used to that. I'm not used to, I think what it is like people actually being sincere. So, for example, if somebody's hitting on me, like right off the bat, like, hi, beautiful, hi, sexy, like I get turned off and I get really pissed off with the compliments. You know, these two will definitely vouch for, I fucking hate it because I don't feel like it's sincere. You're laughing at me.
It's fun. We'll just get a message like, oh, hey, beautiful. She's like, the fuck? I'm not beautiful. Leave the fuck alone. Like, whoa. Relax.
I did it somebody the other day that I was like, I fucking hate compliments. I just fucking hate it. But like when I actually like know people and like I know where it's coming from, like so that's why you're sitting here watching me cry. Because like the people that are in the chat right now, the things that you guys are saying like mean freaking everything to me. You know, and again, this is why I do this stuff, and it's just like my love. I'm all about giving everything to everybody, you know, and these two right here will sit here and like the shit that I fucking done for these two because I want to, not because I have to or expect anything for them, just because the person that I am, like I will give the shit off my back to somebody. That's just how I am, and I don't expect shit from anybody. So I'm so used to giving to everybody that I don't know what it feels like to get it back. So this right now, you know, and this is not why I'm doing the podcast, like I said, like this was just me being fucking transparent as shit for you guys. So you see, not that I haven't been on all these episodes of Under the Ropes or Indy Talks or AEP or whatever like that, but I needed you guys to see the raw realness of me, of what I truly fucking feel about independent wrestling. So, oh man. Frankie goes. Frankie's like, hello, nurse, in my cartoon voice.
Oh, jeez. No,
dead?
But again, this is the great, and again, I feel like it's again that humility of yours that just like it really it clouds judgment on thoughts, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like, again, like I said earlier, there are some insincere people, sadly. There are people that really do have that double meaning toward everything and really are that fake. And it's sadly, like we had this conversation earlier. We're in the day and age now that anything you post out there, 9 times out of 10, you probably thought about before you post it. And it's like, you might not mean it. But when you're not thinking about it, that's when you're posting real shit.
Yeah.
And when you do that, be ready for what it comes with. Might be good, might be bad, but own up to it. That's the best thing about this. Because we're in that day of social media that's like, whatever you post, you're going to get judged for it. Good, bad, ugly, good, like whatever. It's going to get judged because that's what we're in nowadays. Yeah. This podcast right now, whatever we say here, tomorrow, either we're going to get like, oh man, that was a great episode, or yo, fuck those guys. What the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
And you know what? Thank you for those that are talking good. To everyone else, fuck you. Honestly.
Well.
Like, and like, no, and it's truth though. Like, if we're gonna be real and off the cut with it, I'm just gonna be real.
Dennis.
Like, end of the day, this is how we have to live nowadays. We have to be real with it because end of the day, we're living through something. We don't know if we're gonna be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Honestly, we don't know if we're gonna be here tomorrow. We don't know if we're gonna be able to make a podcast next week.
Yeah.
We don't know what life brings, but what we do know is what we can control. And that's what we're saying, what we're doing, and just our real thoughts.
Dennis wrote in the chat, pineapple pizza sucks. I mean it and I didn't even think about it.
See, and that's real.
Yeah.
I agree with that though. But hey, someone's gonna judge me for that. And someone's gonna judge Dennis for that. But again, it happens. It's life.
Yeah.
But own up to what you say.
Yeah.
Don't try to be like, oh no, but this and that. And it's not shots toward anyone. It's just legit how you should live. It's legit how you should live. And this doesn't go for just wrestling. This goes for everything. We're in this circle, yes, of wrestling. But again, we're in something that people are supposed to be playing characters. Outside of that, be a real fucking person.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it should be. It shouldn't be that hard. You're not a gimmick. Outside of this, we're real people. Ray Ramundo, I always say it. Okay, it's the name I put on this. How I act, though, I'm still Raymond fucking Sanchez. That's me. That's how I live. That's who I've been. They know this. Both of them have seen how I can be. Anyone you can talk to, I've the same fucking way. Yes, I put this character because it's a brand. That's what we build. But my brand stands by the same opinions that I've always had. I don't have to put the disclaimer, oh, the views in this. No, it's my same views. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. If you like it, thank you. That's it. That's how it has to be.
That's the thing with content creating. You know, people think they don't know how to separate the person and the brand. You know, you guys got the No Holds Barred Network. These are your gimmicks. Hell, I'm the Brooklyn Wolf of freaking Makeup. This is my gimmick. But like you say, right, I'm still the same person. But if you're trying to build a brand, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, something, like you said, right, you need to stand behind your brand.
Right.
You need to support others. That's how you grow as a community. That's how you get the positivity of a community. Yeah, you're going to get people who are going to hate, but those people who hate, that's your problem.
Yeah.
But like you said, right, we're in this day and age right now where we're on the internet. Everybody is on the internet. So back then, when people had all these angry feelings and stuff when they have no internet, they took it out on either playing video games or going outside or exercise. If that's where it has to come to, instead of you posting something so stupid online where you know you're going to get so much backlash on your views and opinions, sometimes you can't really share all your views and opinions. Sometimes you got to keep shit to yourself. Yeah. And if you feel like you want to put something out there, go do something. Go write in a diary. Go do something. Just don't post it on the internet. Because now we're in this time where I could be following somebody and they say one thing, and if I'm bored one day and I want to go through their tweets or whatever, because maybe we share the same interest, they said something another time. It's like, okay, so did you change your mind, or you're just doing something to get attention? Because that's exactly what the internet is right now. It's all about getting attention. And right now at this time, so many people are making businesses on the internet. So you need to treat it as, like you said, it's a marketing tool. Use it to your advantage. You want to make this hustle, use it right. You want to have a personal page, then that's all you, but make that shit as tight and personal as possible. Then not everyone can get there.
Yeah.
Because you want to do your own thing, that's fine, but you still got to be your brand at the same time.
Or just make it easier. Just be genuinely good people. That's it. Like, you can have your brand, you can post whatever you want, but be a good person, or know that what you say is going to come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is. Like, end of the day, no matter how much you have a following, how much this or that, this goes toward anyone. Again, this is celebrities, whatever. Whatever you say is going to come back to haunt you. Yeah. Like, you have to, and again, that's why I say, whatever you post, be ready to stand by it, because it's going to come back to haunt you. Yeah. And this goes toward anyone. This goes toward anything. No matter what I've posted, 9 times out of 10, it's brand related. Yeah. It's posting about podcasts, it's about a show, it's about this, it's about that. If I post something personal, okay, it's a glimpse of what I want people to see. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah. But again, I'll stand by it. I'll stand by the jokes that I've made. I'll stand by this. I'll stand by that. And I know it's never coming from a place of malice. Yeah. And that's how it has to be. Because that's the problem, though, that everyone then becomes so defensive. It's like, so you don't stand by what you said. If you're that, like, no, don't be like that. Social media, again, I said it this morning in our chat. I was like, it's a marketing tool, because that's what it's become, and that's what it should be. We're networking. It's in the thing. It's a social media network. You're supposed to network your brand, network who you are. Your real circle should know your real things. That's it. This, again, we're real. We're not fake here. We're transparent. But you're not going to know everything about us. And I'm sorry. It's not going to be like that. Yeah. And again, that's not just for us. That goes for any person you see on this platform, on Twitch, on YouTube's, all those videos, on movies. You don't know half of what those people do. They'll show you a good part of it. You don't know the depression they're going through. You don't know the problems they're going through. Exactly. You can see couples that they seem like perfect. They're arguing. Yep. They might be going through a divorce anytime, and you don't know that. So again, respect those boundaries as well. Don't try to be leeching off and be like, oh, you have to tell me this. You have to. No. Respect those boundaries and enjoy the content they bring out for you. Yep. But never expect to be like, oh, I know everything about that person. Do you?
No. You know the character.
Yeah.
You know the person.
It's here's like our perfect example. Okay. you guys know, if you follow the No Holds Barred Network, we're huge supporters of Synergy Wrestling. Okay? It's been officially a year since, well, me and Ray have been in the building of Synergy Wrestling. Colin West is one of my favorite people. I adore and love the shit out of him. I'd take anything for him. If somebody goes to go fucking hurt him, I will screw someone up. That's how much I love that man. Okay. And I said it last week. We did an episode of Indy Talks with him and Eric Corvus. And I talked about it was the anniversary of us going to Black Friday. And I cannot believe the minute he opened up the doors that he hugged me. And I talked about this on that episode. And I just got such a good feel. And I've been writing for Dennis is in the chat. Shout out to you, Dennis. And I wrote things, as well that I was I wrote a lot about the Synergy roster. I've been slowly writing a lot about the Synergy roster. And I always said, I got this great feeling from Colin. And there's a lot of things that make me support a promotion. And even the promoter is a big play in this. It's not just one wrestler. The promoter, how they treat their talent, how they treat their fans. And we're there early. We're always supporting Colin. We love Colin to death. We love the roster. We love the behind the scenes. We're hanging out. We're hugging people. We've made family, right? Colin said to me early, we are family. We legit are fucking family. That's how we feel. Ride or die. That's how I really feel about them. And at the end, it wasn't on IWTV. I mean, if you go back to the episode before this in Indy Talks, you can watch the footage. I cut the footage of Colin came out, and the chants that were going on for Colin West were absolutely insane. And Colin was saying how it was so strange that he knew every person in that building. He's like, this is weird. I'm telling you, if you did not watch that Indy Talks, go watch it. Because he said it, and he meant it. To even see my goddaughter there, as her second wrestling show, and the things that was going on and how the wrestlers treat my goddaughter, and that's not even my daughter. That's my goddaughter, and I can only imagine what Brad and Margaret felt. But I felt the type of way too, to physically see her get so excited for Casey and how she went up to Casey Navarro and she just ran up to him and hugged him. And he was like, I'm not a bad guy. I play a bad guy, but I'm not a bad guy. And it's just that raw freaking emotion that I'm in freaking awe of it. I can't even put it into words, guys, what it all means to me. It's everything to me. And it's so genuine from me of how much I freaking love it that when I see fakeness come in, I want to fucking hurt somebody. It drives me crazy because I legit know the promoter. I know the wrestlers. I know behind the scenes. Jesus Christ, we were sitting there with a whole section of us wearing Christmas stuff and starting streamers and chants and having fun because we want to have fun because we love this promotion. It's real. It's not fake. So it's just nuts to me.
No, and it's been great. It's been great that we've been lucky to make those relationships with not only even just Synergy, but with a lot of promotions like that. And again, it's only what you can feel being real with people and giving them that trust. Because that's the biggest thing, is having that trust to be you know what? I don't know them now, but I feel something.
Rob's in the chat right now. Shout out to you, okay? I love this fucking dude. I can't even put it into words. He messaged me months ago. I really didn't know Rob. And all he had to say to me was, I'm good friends with Queen of NE, and I would love to have you on the podcast. And that's all he had to say to me, that I was when it comes to her, I drop anything for everything for her. And I've had so much fun doing these podcasts with him and enjoying his company when I see him. This dude went and freaking played his damn drums. I'm so fucking proud of you. I can't even express how proud. like I can't. Like, it's just amazing, like, the opportunities that have been explosive in the indie scenes. Colin just allowing us to do our podcast and do Chop Ray. He's like, what the hell's going on? What the hell are you guys doing? Lines coming to Chop Ray. Like, who does this? Like, Colin just do whatever. Like, he doesn't even care. Like,
Colin, can you stop that from happening, please? Like, my chest.
We even changed the audience. I mean, January makes my year of going to Synergy, and I remember we had already went to a couple of shows, and the first thing you guys said was, I'm gonna let you guys know right now this crowd is a little mellow, and I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
Now we're fast forwarding a year later, and we have people bringing streamers. They're chanting stupid things with us. I still don't know how the hell they started Muff Cabbage. We started a freaking movement at Synergy. But that's just because of how much we love it. And even the last show we went to, you know, I think that was the most energy we've seen since from that show and the November show. Yeah. And people just coming and seeing us. We have a little crew whenever we go. There's a group that they ride 9 hours just to come to Synergy. Yeah. And they get excited when they see us. They're like, oh, we're sitting by you guys. Yeah. We're going to get
hyped. Energy.
We're going to cheer. We're going to boo. And as one thing that just really goes to show how what independent wrestling can do for somebody.
I love breaking.
It's insane.
I love breaking the talent during the stuff. By the way, I don't know if I told you this, but Casey said while she was wrestling, she heard us say, "We're putting you in a bubble." Mm-hmm. So like it's just the little things like the Chop Ray, and then we were like, oh yeah, Eric Corvus is channeling Ray. That chop was for Ray. Like things like that, or me yelling like, Anthony Gangone is more than just a bridge, Ray. Like, and then you see Gangone like turn around and like crack a smile. You know, it's just like the littlest things, but it's intimate. It's amazing. Like they're having fun. Like I can't. It means the world.
And you guys are not going to get this at the big shows. I mean, you guys go to Barclays, Madison Square Garden, all these big shows, see these big promotions, but you're not going to get these little moments at these big shows. Yeah. And I even when I went to Synergy, I even vlogged about it. Like, even during the 6-way, we got to chant every single person in the crowd. Not in the crowd, but in the ring, and giving them their love, and just, you know, even just the little stupid things that they do, we appreciate it because they're having fun. Yeah. And they want us to have fun. Right. And when they see us having fun, they even have even more fun. Yeah. And I grew such a love for it. I'm like, I'm so happy that you guys brought me into this because I didn't know that this was a thing. Now I want to bring everybody and their mother. Like, we go to shows in Jersey. I tell my friends all the time, like, you need to come to this promotion. You need to come to this show. Even if you don't know who's wrestling, just come and bring signs and streamers.
No, and that's the best thing. That's the best thing with indie wrestling. I feel like you can go in fresh, not knowing a thing about who's on the card, who's been on the card before, and you'll have a blast just because the atmosphere is so different. Again, not a knock to the major shows. Like, WWE puts on a hell of a show, AEW puts on a hell of a show, Impact, all these major companies have. But the independent shows, you just feel a different energy because it's so close. Yeah. It's so close. And I feel like that's the worst thing about what this year has brought is just it's not the same feeling without that whole vibe in there. The amount of people that can be in there just yelling. Like, look at the first show we got to go to this year. We cheered for an arm bar.
We cheered for everything. We cheered for the refs. We cheered for arm bars. We cheered for insults.
Like, I can only I remember Tony Deppen and Drake looking at us like.
We were so excited just to be back at wrestling.
Like what you said, you had a calendar of shows up until April. Ray and I were trying to figure out, okay, we can go to this show, we go to that show. Maybe we see, let's have one weekend where we don't do wrestling, then we go back to doing wrestling. Yeah, COVID came, ruined everything. And so for us to go to a show, and I was so excited because it was our first show back, and it was the day after my birthday. So I already know we already had this excitement and this hype, and that's where we started the Chop Ray movement. And that's what we love. And we cheer for. There are people that we didn't like that we cheered for.
Yeah, it was.
There was no booze in that place. It was all cheers.
There's so much footage of me and April wilding out at so many shows. Like, so many shows. Like, I love it. Like, you know, there was one show earlier this year we went to, and me and April were so freaking lit. Okay? Matt Awesome's in the chat. Okay? Matt Awesome, because he's talking about... We were so lit. Never mind the fact that Ray didn't sit with us and he left us to go do Gangone merch. But
I'm above it though.
We're above
I
it.
said
Okay.
goodbye.
All right. No, see, I wasn't even trying to bring that up. Okay, I wasn't even trying to bring that up.
It's
Okay,
off the record,
Ray. No, you didn't say bye. But anyway, we're moving on. Anyway, but my whole point of this conversation is the love that was going on. We knew like everybody at this show, right? And like we literally took the front row, the entire front row. It was a whole shitload of us. Okay, we brought signs, we were screaming, we were wilding the fuck out. And I swear to God, I felt bad the next day. I can't even tell you the amount of messages I sent to the wrestlers apologizing for our behavior. And they were like, Tiff,
I didn't apologize.
I didn't say you.
I stood for everything I did that night.
Listen, no, I've apologized because I'm like, damn, we were acting like a fucking fool. But they knew, like that's what they wanted. They want you to come. They want you to cheer. They want you to act a fool and boo them or cheer them or whatever the scenario is, you know, like they want that reaction. And that's what me and April were doing. And I kind of felt a little bad the next day. I was like, we were a little much. Like,
I didn't feel bad because, first of all, shout out to that bartender once again. Because shit, those drinks are on point. And I just love that one part where we saw Too Good and we were just attacking his intern with signs. And I fucking love that because we look like a bunch of nutcases, but at the same time, we were having fun.
Wait, hold on. Shout out to Ray's lighting in the chat. Okay, I just have to shout you out. We were talking about you earlier in this episode, but you know, again, like I said, all of you guys, you're important. Like, there's so many wrestlers, like, in the chat right now. Like, you guys are unfucking believable right now. Like, you know, hanging out with us and chatting, even Facebook, Twitch, wherever the hell you guys are, you know, Periscope. Like, I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Like, I truly, you know, that's like, really, that should be the title of this episode because we appreciate the hell out of you. You guys bust your ass. You bust your ass to entertain us. And I can promise you guys, you know, if you don't feel appreciated from anybody else, please, the three of us right here, appreciate the fuck out of each and every one of you. With all our hearts.
Seriously.
So I just want to say that. Like, it's so important. Again, this is why we're doing this episode, the raw, the real, and you know, it's off the record, like stuff that maybe we don't normally say or we do say or whatever like that. Like, I'm gonna sit here and praise the hell out of all you guys because you mean everything, and I can't thank you enough for what you do for us.
No, and I will say that I feel like this episode, it isn't stuff we haven't already said or already thought of.
Yeah.
It's more of just making it clear that this is where we come from.
Yeah.
This isn't just a one-time thing. This is how we think. This is how we really feel about all this. Because again, we respect it. We really do love all this. And again, it's from the smallest person to the promoters, to the cameramen, to the commentary, to the wrestlers, anything that has to do with it. Sorry, because it really is all important. Again, to fellow podcasters, we all try to, again, give our inputs, give our thoughts, and just have fun with it. To content creators, again, we know the struggles of having to edit this shit and then having to be there. Like, oh man, is this filter okay? Should I take this out? Should I add this? Shit, am I gonna get copyrighted for this? Like, again, it's a lot of work that goes into it, but should be appreciated.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's just insane. And you know, when we were at the Synergy show, there was a moment, and I caught the most beautiful picture of Tiff's goddaughter just reaching out to Casey, and she blew a kiss at her. I've heard stories from people saying when they were kids, they saw this one wrestler, and they just inspired them. And as soon as you brought your goddaughter, the only person she remembered was Casey.
Yeah.
Because she beat up the boys, and she was strong, and she was so badass. And even when I look at that picture, I get emotional because I feel like that's like the first time I see like oh my God, this is like, are you getting emotional right now?
Yeah.
Why are you all crying?
I told you this was going to be an emotional episode.
See, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be the only one that doesn't cry. I'm gonna make it through.
Yeah.
My makeup though.
Brad said Kathy can't stop talking about Casey.
But like, just to see that moment,
that's awesome.
Just to like see that moment was like, oh my God, like this isn't nothing.
Yeah.
Like wrestling reaches out to every single person, and for her first 2 shows to be indie shows,
yeah,
that's saying a lot. And these are moments that she's never gonna forget. And I joke around saying that she's gonna be a ref because she got it on point. She's yelling out to get off the hair, get off the rope, and I'm just like, my heart.
But even the
she
wrestlers
cabbage at one point where we're like, oh. But even to see that, it's like it's such a beautiful thing. Like even when we went to another show, there was this other little girl. At one of the shows, and she was just yelling and screaming, and it's like, yo, you guys, these are the future right here. So everything that you're doing right now, because 10, 20, 30 years from now, we don't know how advanced technology is going to be. Yeah. And they're going to come back and see these matches from all these years ago and see like this person inspired me, and it started at a small show in Jersey. Yeah. It said so much.
It's amazing. Like me and April, that it was Capital Wrestling that we were at, and there was a bunch of little kids behind us, and they were going nuts.
All girls.
And me and April were like, they're gonna be us one day. They're already starting early, so they're gonna be the ones throwing the streamers and yelling "muff cabbage" and all that shit. Like when they're older. But no, it's inspiring, right? Like it's absolutely amazing to see it. It really is an emotional pick, and you know, even to Casey, like you know, like this is for like the little girls out there of the possibilities of you could like look at Ryan T, right? Shout out to you, man. Like I love Ryan T. He's like another one. He was like my first write up for Dennis's website, and you know, I felt like he was like the perfect choice because he does so much great things, and here's a guy who's a cancer survivor, and you know who knew what was going to happen to him, and here he is 25 years later, and he's doing what he loved. I mean, we've had him on the podcast before, and he's just amazing, and it's inspiring as shit. And like, you know, these are the things, again, this is why we do these podcasts, and it's like, you guys need to know these stories. You know, screw it, fine, you guys don't want to hear the stories, then me and fucking Ray and April want to hear these damn stories from the wrestlers. Like, it's inspiring to us. Like,
no, it really
be
is
a better
and
person.
It's like, it's crazy to think it's just getting to be for a short time that we get to talk to them and hear all this, and it means the world though. Yeah. And I feel like we're lucky that, again, we have this technology that we're able to record these moments and capture all this and be able to speak on a platform like this. Like, look at us right now. We're on a Skype call. Years ago, there was nothing like this. We'd have to fucking record this, like us talking probably on a VHS, if that, a camcorder, if we could have. Like, it's insane to think, and that's why I like to bring up, like, even the Kathy moment. Think about that. That's out there. There's a picture out there. Who would have thought years ago we wouldn't have had that to be able to post somewhere? Yeah. Like, we all have our stories, like, oh, we saw this and we saw that, and sometimes we can agree, we can like be like, oh yeah, that got me too. But this is out there now. Yeah. And that's amazing to me to think that there's going to be multiple kids like that they're that next generation that gets to say, oh, this talent made me want to love wrestling, or this talent made me want to get involved in wrestling. Like, it's amazing to me, and I really hope that this continues. Like, this to me is the great side of professional wrestling. Yeah. This is what keeps wrestling going, because it's getting to see those genuine moments, because that's as real as it's gonna fucking get. And like, shit, I said I was gonna cry, and I fucking started tearing up. God damn it! Like,
it's not Indy Talks.
I was gonna be the only one that wasn't gonna cry, but it's just, it really is like, it sucks to have to see like how shitty people can be about wrestling. Yeah. And just in life in general. Like, again, like, and it's crazy to think what we're living through, and people can still do that and still have those thoughts. Like, think about that. Be that kid again. having those just genuine, real thoughts and being that, like, without a care in the world.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't get your mentality there again, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like, just again, like it's
Melissa said Indy Talks became Indie Tears tonight. It really
it
did.
did.
It
Like,
did, but that's
shit,
why this was, again, I can't stress how important this was for me to put out an episode like this, because again, our Indie Talks episodes are really us reviewing or showing interviews or funny skits or wrestling matches of people that we adore. And you know, we just wanted to sit here and kind of thank everybody and let you see us be transparent with you guys. That again, you know, if you guys watch us, I'm sure you see it on a lot of the episodes with us, you know, and just the amazing, like, I've seen like Ray like watch with some of his favorite wrestlers on the Under the Ropes and the questions that he has asked, and just see the emotion behind it of what it means to Ray, you know, as who's training, you know. So it's great, you know. So, but you know, I don't think I've really gone on the podcast like this deep before, you know, about how I really feel about it.
You guys are gonna get.
Yeah. And again, we're not. Again, this is just something we had to do because I feel like, again, we're getting to that end of the year time when people start reflecting, and this is what we are. This is what this is. This is who Tiff is. This is who April is. This is who I am.
Oh, I thought I was reading off a paper.
We're not. Like, we're not. This is legit. If we wrote this, then shit, we're some great ass writers, and none of us are. I just said writers. I couldn't even fucking pronounce the word correctly.
My name is Tiffany.
Like, jeez, like, oh man, now I really feel old. Ray just put, I started in the business when I was a kid at 14. I'm still a kid at 16. Shit.
How do you think I feel? I'm pushing freaking 40.
Yeah, God. But I'm usually the young one. Now I feel old.
Good.
Damn.
So yeah.
Like.
But I guess this is a good way to. I mean, we've been going for like almost an hour and a half.
Oh, do we have to end it?
Well, we can keep going.
We don't want
to
end it. Well, but no, it's again. This is great. This is great that we got to do this, and I feel like, again, just approve with the chat here. Like, it's awesome. Like, even Iggy just said it in the chat. The community that comes together to share that positivity and kindness. It's awesome. Yeah. Like, again, it's creating great friendships, great memories, and making those moments that I feel like, again, those are that are gonna last forever.
Yeah.
Stupid shit won't last. Like, end of the day, the cliche phrase, like, good, the bad times don't last. Like, it really doesn't. No. Like, those shits it's temporary. Like, you saw how real it is that this is one of those episodes that actually cursed like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and again, it's because it's real emotion here, guys. Like, this is what we want to just embrace here today. Like, it's just be good people.
Man, I can't believe like how many people are watching. You guys are nuts. Like,
what the hell are you guys doing at 11:30 at night watching this? Go to bed. You crazy people.
So they're talking about the list of husbands, and it's just really funny.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
because of this, I got a list of poppies.
Like, it's just so funny how the whole list of husbands thing came about. And it became such a thing, and it's hilarious, and it's great, and it's fun to. Never mind the fact that Kyle threw me under the bus for the original list of husbands to Anthony Gangone. Like, how embarrassing was that for me? Like, the first episode of Under the Ropes, and me being nervous as fucking shit. Like, here's a guy who I've been a fan of for like 6 years. He didn't even know I existed. And I took a shot, and I messaged him, and he said, yeah, that he'll come on the podcast. I can't even tell you how nervous I was that day. So nervous. Like, here is this gorgeous god, the wrestling god, okay? Because that's the name, right? The wrestling god, right? Is coming on the podcast that I've been a huge fan of, that I've never had a conversation with at all. And look where we are now. It's insane to me. you know, and Kyle throwing me under the bus, and it's just, I mean, I can't even get it. But like, I'm so flustered just thinking about of the whole buildup of it, and the fact of finally meeting him in person for the first time, and all my friends left and right. I couldn't fucking step foot anywhere without somebody throwing me under the bus for the first time of Anthony meeting me in person. Like, it was so fucking embarrassing that, you know, now I can laugh at. And it took a while for me to be able to actually have a conversation with him in person. Like, Ray will witness telling you this in, you know, like, right?
Yeah, the first show we ever went to. That legit, that's where our team Not That Bad came from. That you, like, walked toward him, and it was, like, the slowest, nervous walk ever. To break the ice was like, oh, I brought a friend. And I'm like, hey. And he looks at me, and she still says I gave a look. I'm like, she's not that bad.
You did give a look, you fuck. Okay? You did give a look. You gave a fucking look. How dare you? It's okay, because I should have been used to it.
I said goodbye.
Because,
I don't know, man.
But the funny thing is, the first time that I met Anthony, like, Ray wasn't there. The second time that I met Anthony, like, Ray was with me. But it was the fact of everybody was embarrassing, including Brad, who's in the chat too, who I love how it was like, oh, she loves you, man. She loves you, man. Like, even till now, like, Gango will mess with me. And, like, I think one of the last Synergy shows, he asked me how my insurance was, because if we're getting married, it was important. You know, like,
oh, God.
You know, so it's like, it's still this funny thing or whatever like that. It's like, even like a year ago, like, you know, this weekend, like when we went to, you know, when we went to Synergy and IWA, and like I brought him cookies, and I was so mad at him because I'm so used to everybody flipping out for my cookies, and he took a bite and he didn't even react, and I was not used to that, and I got so mad at him I walked away from him. I was like, Ray's like, oh God, he pissed her off because
I had to hear about that till like 2 a.m.
I was so mad.
We're like, oh, jeez.
The cookie game is real, y'all, especially Tiff's cookies.
Oh, those cookies are bomb, though. Oh, there's some bomb-ass cookies.
So you can see me getting, like, upset that it's, like, literally stone face. Nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, usually it's like, oh my God, these are the best cookies ever, or whatever. Like, or fucking fake it. Don't give me something, like, you know. But it was just funny. But, you know, these are just, like, great stories, and these are great memories that I'll always have. But like I said, even being thrown under the bus about everybody be like, oh, she fucking loves you, dude. She fucking loves you, dude. Like, for the first time, and embarrassing the shit out of me, you know. But here we are
but
now.
Look how far we've come. We go to a show where one of your husbands are, and we have to fan you because you're gonna fucking faint.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But it's all fun. Like, I'm a little dramatic sometimes with it on purpose, you know, like, to have fun, you know. But it's a great thing. It's a, you know, it's a great feeling, and, you know, it's all fun. Like I said, it's great stories, great memories, and it's all about making moments. So.
No, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's real moments, and it's, again, stuff that we are going to keep. Yeah. Like the friendships that we made just this year alone, like, we've gotten closer with people. Like, again, like to go crazy, like, shit, if our game systems could talk right now, those stories, man. But, again, it's real life. It's real moments, and it's stuff at least for me, I wouldn't change.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't change one thing about all the experiences that I've had in the last, I wanted to talk about, like, you know, when I think about all this, I say, like, the last year and a half has been one hell of a ride with independent wrestling. Even though, like, I go back further with independent wrestling, I want to say, like, the last year and a half means the fucking world to me. And again, for all the wrestlers that are in the chat, or anybody, like, promoters, whoever's in the chat that knows me, that has anything to do with independent wrestling, like, I fucking adore the shit out of you, and I appreciate you. So again, I thank you guys so much for everything you do and what you do for us. Like, I can't stress it enough.
No, definitely. Yo, even Adam put in the chat, #Fortnite After Dark.
Facts. So,
Jesus.
man, but I mean, I don't know. Like I said, you guys are crazy. Like all the people that are listening right now, I can't even believe it. I mean,
Yeah, it's about to be midnight. What are you guys doing?
yeah, like no, but there's a lot of you guys in the chats. Like it's nuts. Like, thank you. I guess we needed to really have this kind of episode to just sit here and talk real, with you guys. And again, like I said, I think it's because again, mostly the Holds Bar Network is, me and Kyle are reviewing all Elite Wrestling, and Under the Ropes is our interviews with the wrestlers. So you don't really get to see us just shooting the shit anymore. We shoot the shit like again, like a lot of our indie talks have been synergy. And we'll shoot the shit and have our panels about upcoming shows and footage, but we haven't done something like this.
Yeah, most of the time it's just me getting beaten up now.
Yeah.
You're in training, Ray.
It's okay.
We're trying to help you.
How?
By taking the abuse, so when it's your time, you can eat them shits. Like, yo, I ate these shits when so and so chopped me, and so chopped me. Like, we're helping you.
Yeah.
And you know what's making it worse? That's like now even on our interviews, that's like, oh wait, even Tiff threw me under the bus with JT. Oh Ray, you're not gonna tell him that you want to wrestle him? I'm like, no, don't tell him.
Well, why not? Because it was
now
such
I
an
have
important...
a list of people that
you
like,
deserved it.
Shit, they said yes.
You
so it's like now I have to wrestle him one day.
You deserve it because every time it's like you have to throw like, so Anthony Gangone's her number one husband. So like, would you wrestle him? Or, let's talk about the time you beat up him or whatever it is. So this is all the fucking payback for all those episodes that you did all that shit to me.
Mentioning one of my best friends, that's all.
Yo,
that's all.
Yeah.
Like that's one of my brothers right there. But no, again, and it's great stuff. Again, this is all the awesome stuff we do here. And again, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Because again, we're trying to do all this craziness. If it wouldn't be worth it if you guys didn't enjoy it. I'll say that. Yeah. So I'm glad you guys are supporting. I'm glad for the people that are watching. It makes it worth it for us. Like you guys are definitely the reason why we're continuing to just put out this crazy stuff that we do. Yeah. Like it's awesome.
It's nuts. So, but I mean, I think this
Conrad, how? Conrad says I do it to myself. What did I do, Conrad? What did I do?
Everything, Ray. You've done absolutely everything. So, but
it's crazy. Like it's crazy because, this isn't really a popular sport in that sense. So when we have this little community of people, it makes it better when we just go to shows and just have fun. We don't need to criticize and, hate. Like just enjoy wrestling. Enjoy what you like. And like I said, you tell someone random, like, oh, I watch wrestling, and they look at you like you're crazy because they have all these images of watching them as a kid and saying, oh, this is fake, blasey, but we're a weird little community. Yeah. And this is why we're so special. And that's why, what you guys put out, the positivity on your channel, the shit that I put on my channel, whether it's just me just doing my makeup and talking about one of my list of husbands or something, but it just shows, this is what we love. Yeah. And we just want nothing but good people and conversation and just have fun with it.
Yeah.
Not that serious. It's just wrestling.
It's just wrestling. It's a hobby. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Love what you love. That's really between the three of us that we're going to sit here and preach about. Nope. So, and I expect when Ray does get into the ring, you guys better be there, and you better throw streamers and kendo sticks and
make sure you stay by the door, because if she sees Ray do a Canadian destroyer, she's gonna want to leave.
It's a code red.
And it's not gonna happen.
If it's a code red, I'm gonna flip the fuck out. It's not even.
I still say I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna go from the code red into the destroyer, and then my opponent's gonna kick out at one.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. No. So that's what I gotta say. But anyway, I think this is like a good way to end off. And like I said, if if you guys just like came in, like go back, this was amazing. I mean, between the three of us, we all fucking cried this episode. Yep. So, but again, it was important to me that we put out an episode like this so you guys can actually see us shoot the shit about, the real and rawness behind us of who we really are and, what it means to us, especially me running the No Holds Barred network. So it's been a while since we've done an episode like this. So, but again, guys, make sure you subscribe, share, like, do all that fun stuff. I mean, again, wherever you're watching it, we're all over the place. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch, we're on Periscope, we're on all audio platforms. All you got to search is the No Holds Barred Network. So, and make sure you follow us on Twitter as well. But I'm going to leave it to these two because they also have, like, tell everybody where they can find you as well. So, because I had now Restream is stupid now and doesn't allow me to put a lot of stuff in the description anymore. So tell everybody where they can find you and your platforms as well, because Ray is part of the No Holds Barred Network. I mean, April helps out a lot with the No Holds Barred Network as well. But these two have their own content as well. So
April, you first.
Yeah, you guys could follow me on youtube.com. I don't have the / Beating Faces, but you can find me at Beating Faces, one word. I do makeup and I talk wrestling. And yeah, and especially you guys are in the chat. Like, if I've been doing a lot of reaction videos and stuff, so if there's any matches that you guys want me to see, send them my way and I'll record my reactions to them. So it's all about fun. And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, mostly, like we spoke about, is our brands. So you'll just mostly see me talk about wrestling and makeup. Oh, yeah.
Well then, guys, if you want to follow me, you can follow on YouTube. It is at Ray Space Ramundo. On Twitch, I do gaming. I do a bunch of fantasy cards where April always wants to cancel my show, but you can follow.
Because you keep having my husband getting destroyed, and I'm over it. No, I'm over it.
I just booked the match.
My husband hasn't lost in a while, so it's okay. I'm good.
You can follow me there, so you can see April in the chat trying to kill me. Twitch.tv/Ray_Ramundo. If you want to follow me on social media, it is also at Ray_Ramundo. And yeah, again, the brand posting all the crazy graphics, all the crazy stuff, and always posting about when we're doing podcasts just like this. So thank you guys.
So, and then you can follow me on Twitter, Loves to Dream 82, LUVS, number 2 Dreams 82. And make sure you follow the No Holds Barred Network on Twitter. And we're also part of All Elite Podcast, so but it's at All Elite Pod. So make sure you're following that. But yeah, so we're all over the place again. Like, if you want to take us to go, we're on all audio platforms and YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, all that fun stuff. So but yeah, we post everything that whenever we do interviews, it is on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all that fun stuff. We also have a group, the No Holds Barred Network group page as well. So go get some love as there and go follow it, because we do random stuff. Thursdays are definite for All Elite Podcasts unless there's an emergency. We do that every Thursday. So Under the Ropes usually could be Mondays, Tuesdays, Sundays, depending. We work around the wrestlers because their schedules are crazy. Indy Talks is very random. So I'm trying to bring back Wrestle Forum, and I was gonna say something else, but anyway, popcorn.
On that note,
the popcorn, and we have popcorn. We have a Patreon as well too.
On that note, guys, I usually say this on my Twitch, but I think it works here as well. Be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, everyone. Yes. And again, this is who we are. Be who you are and stand by it.
Yes.
And wash your ass.
Yeah, wash your ass too. Don't be pigs. So.
Definitely.
Anyway, guys, we appreciate you. We will talk to you guys soon.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.